Turn the lights back on. Wow. Retro electro tech. When real audio ruled the world.
Greetings everyone. This is Ernest with Retro Electrotech. And I'm producing this brief video of a Rush service request, which I do from time to time for customers. So anyways, on the bench here is this Macintosh MCD7005 compact disc player, which was manufactured in September of 1987. Now this unit came to me with a non-functioning loading tray, or in other words, it won't open or close by normal electromechanical means. Now this is due mostly because of this severed belt here, and the reason why I say mostly is because although the belt is old and due to fail on that account, there is also other contributing factors that helped to speed up that process, and here's what I'm referring to. There was more friction than normal along the CD tray's path of travel because of the usual buildup of dirt and remnants of degraded lubricants as expected in these 32-year-old mechanisms. So everything is of course being properly cleaned, as you can see. Everything will be re-lubricated to spec, excuse me. Also, I discovered a few additional issues that need to be resolved. First, this, let's see if we can get this focus. This drive pulley here lost some of its old teeth in a brawl with this gear here. And you can see, let me see if I can bring this closer and it can obtain focus. Yeah, you can see the missing teeth here, here, and over here. There's several teeth missing is the point. And I was very fortunate to find a source that can produce one. These are not obtainable any longer through Macintosh or any other sources to speak of. Another problem is with the spring tension of this mechanism here, which swings this, let me see if we can get focus, which swings this roller here, you can see that roller, into this track. Okay, right now there isn't enough tension, and that creates a potential for the tray to derail or otherwise not seat firmly within that track. So I need to resolve that as well. Okay, so that's it for now. The belt is on the way and the pulley is about a week out from being produced and shipped. Back on the bench and in the home stretch is this Macintosh MCD7005 compact disc player from September of 1987. Now this originally came to me as a Rush job, but due to the parts that were needed, of which I had to hunt down and order, a Rush job wasn't exactly possible per se. Now the primary issue was a non-functioning loading tray, which was due to a severed belt, and I mentioned that before. Now this was mostly because of just being old, but I also mentioned there was a few factors that sped up the process. First of all, the lubrication in this thing was pretty much gone, and what remained was degraded. So the mechanisms involved in opening and closing the tray were up against more resistance than normal. Additionally, this pulley here, which is housed down in here, had several stripped out gear teeth. Therefore, a replacement had to be made since they are unobtainium otherwise. And along with that, a few minor adjustments had to be made along the track to keep the tray from derailing, and so it would also ride the track more smoothly. There's also this micro switch here, or limiting switch, whose lever snapped off just due to being worn out and already weakened. Now I attempted to fix the switch by soldering on a new lever, but despite that, the switch only worked intermittently since the internal contacts are also worn out. They're no longer crisp and springy. Not to mention, Macintosh doesn't have a replacement, so it took a bit of time to match up a switch that I can modify in its place, which turned out to be this one here. Now when I say modify, I had to end up bending this lever around quite a bit and getting it positioned correctly so that it would mate up with a I guess for lack of a better term, kind of an axle. Let me just go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, the tray is open, and right where my pointer is, there's this little axle that rides along the track here, and that's what engages this lever on the switch, this limiting switch. Now, what happens is, as you can see, the tray opens and closes without the switch in place. I'm going to get to why the switch isn't in place. But notice when it opens, there's a little tug right there. Okay, that's because without the switch in place, the range of travel is such that it still wants to kind of go, just that little extra nudge there, because the limiting switch isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing and limiting its range of travel and stopping right where it needs to stop. So there's that last little tug there, which is not good because it puts a little bit of extra strain on the on the gears and on the motor and all that. Nothing big. I mean, it's not shooting forward with the kind of force that you would see from a pilot being ejected out of a jet aircraft or something. It's nothing real traumatic, but still, the limiting switch was put there for a reason. So let me close this up. So anyways, what happened was I was sent the wrong switch, and what I mean by wrong switch is the wrong switch type. I need a normally open rather than a normally closed, and not a big deal. I ordered the correct one, it's on the way, but things happen. So that's where I am right now. Once the correct switch gets here, and by the way, it's the same exact style of switch, same body, same dimensions and everything. It's just like I said, a normally open rather than a normally closed. So I'm just gonna slap that in once it gets here and get this unit closed up and sent back to its mama. So there's not gonna be another video and all that. This thing works just fine otherwise. Okay, I just hit the play. Let me step on over here and turn on the this little test amp that I use. The customer CD.
So at that time I thought, oh man, we had to sing with these really young people. I'm gonna get this cool
Okay.
audience.
So anyways, as you can hear, it's playing everything. It's all fantastic and whatnot. Everything's resolved other than I just need to get that switch. So again, all of you, thank you for watching. This video was made primarily as a customer update, but nonetheless.
Peace, love, rock and roll, and of course, vintage audio.
This is a poor man's shoe production.